Welcome back. In today's video we're going to be talking about the Trailblazer range from Montane. So before we get into the individual specs and features of each of the packs, let's just chat about the Trailblazer range as a whole and who it's for and why it might be right for you. So these come in a range of different sizes to fit a range of different activities. So we've got the 8 litre, the 18, the 25 and the 30. There is a slight difference between men's and women's in terms of literage. I think it's about a litre difference, but we'll come to that as we get to each pack later on. The Trailblazer range is perfect for anyone looking for a lightweight minimalist pack for a range of different activities. We've got the smaller packs which are perfect for a quick dash, for a sunset mission at the top of a mountain, all the way up to our bigger packs which are perfect for lightweight overnight backpacking. So if you're in the market for a lightweight minimalist pack for either day walks or maybe even longer stays, then these might be the packs for you. Okay, so to kick things off, we've got the 8 litre version of the Trailblazer. So this is the smallest pack we'll be looking at today and really is designed for just the essentials if you're going out for a short hike, maybe a longer hike in slightly warmer conditions where you don't have to carry quite so many layers. Starting off, we've got a 70 denier, 100% recycled outer fabric, so nice and strong but also nice and light, just to help aid in that minimalist feel of this pack. On the outside, we've got 2 elasticated bungees which are used to hold a Z pole. Or Z poles, sorry, if you're not using them. So it might be that you just need them for the descent. You can pop them on here while you're not using them. Going around to the sides of the pack, I think you guys can already see it from that side. We've got a little elasticated zip pocket on each side which comes along the wing round to the hips. Really nice and easy to store your kit in there. Things you might want quick and easy access to out on the trail. It could be hats, it could be gloves, a sun hat, maybe even some gels depending on what you use the front pockets, which we'll come to in just a second, for. So let's move around now to the harness system. So as you can see, we've got no waist strap on this model just because it's so small, it just doesn't need one. It's not going to move around, you shouldn't have enough weight in it to cause any issues there. And we have these 2 pockets on the front. So these can be used in a variety of different ways. We've got them as just standard pockets where you can put gels, your phone, those kind of things in. But if they're unzipped fully, you can also put in a soft bottle, and they'll even go up to big enough to put in a hard plastic bottle as well. I would imagine maybe a 500ml Nalgene would probably fit inside there if you wish. In terms of the strapping themselves, we can see there's loads and loads of mesh just to help with airflow and try and keep this bag nice and cool when it's out on your back. So yeah, nice features there. Then we come to the inside of the bag, and we'll probably show you some B-roll to better describe this. And this is where this bag differs slightly from all the other ones we're going to be looking at today. Inside, rather than just having a big cavernous space, we've actually got some organisation elements just to help keep things in place. First thing to notice is that this can take a water bladder. The hose will run through the strapping on both sides, and we've got a little Velcro tab to hold it, and there is a pocket for that as well. I'll show you that there. We'll show you some B-roll as well, like I said. We've also got a nice little one that's big enough probably to hold a phone in place, and then we've got a zip pocket as well. Big enough for any essentials you want to keep nice and safe. So a zip pocket's great for keeping your keys, your wallet, things you don't want to fall out while you're getting other things out the bag. And inside there we've got a little key clip as well. So who is the Trailblazer 8 for? I think really this is for anyone looking for a lightweight, short walking pack. This would be perfect for anyone that's just going out for the day. Like I said, probably in warmer conditions, just because you're not going to get as many layers in this. However, if you have some really good lightweight compact kit, then you could definitely fit maybe a day for a wet day's kit in there as well. Okay, so we've got the 18 litre up next. In the women's, this would be a 16 litre, and the reason for the difference in literage is just to do with the length of the back system. So the women's back system on these tends to be a little bit shorter. Other than that, all of the features are exactly the same, but we do see a slightly different suspension system on this. They've got slightly different strapping just to attune to a female's body shape a little bit better, make it more comfortable for you to carry. So 18 litres for the men, 16 for the women. And this is sort of the perfect pack for anyone looking for a day pack that's capable of carrying some additional layers. Maybe that's a insulated jacket for the top of a mountain, or some waterproofs just in case the weather changes, which is prone to do in the UK. But perfect for anyone looking for a minimal, lightweight pack that's perfect for day trekking, day walking and days in the mountains. So we're seeing a 70 denier, 100% recycled outer fabric on this, so it's nice and strong, but it's also nice and durable. We'll go through each of the features now and just have a chat through them. and then we'll refer back to just who this is for at the end. So first thing to notice is these elasticated toggles on the front, and they are there to hold a set of Z-fold poles. So if you want to take your poles up with you and use them later, maybe you're more prone to using them on the descents than the ascents, you can pop them here and store them away nice and easily. They're out of the way, they're out of sight, out of mind, and very convenient to attach and take off as well if you need them. On the front of the bag, we've got an elasticated pocket here just for stuffing stuff storage. So it could be that you've taken a layer off and you want it stuffed somewhere you can get quick and easy access to, maybe a fleece. So you're working hard, you've built up a bit of body heat, you take off that fleece, and then you come to a stop later on, you want it on nice and quickly. A perfect place to store that. Inside this, we have got a little secret zip pocket that's perfect for any valuables or essentials you want to keep on your in the bag, nice and secure, and it's got a zip closure on it. So wallets, keys, those kind of things you just want to remain in the same place for the entire trek. You don't need the quick access to that you would some sort of food and snacks and that kind of thing. We'll move around to the side and stay on the outside of the bag to start with. So we've got two elasticated bungee pockets here with a zip closure, nice and easy to get access to while you're running. So you just quick and easy unzip there, and the zips are angled in such a way that they're nice and simple to open. You're not going to be trying to reach around with two hands and open them. Super easy to do with one hand if you need to. This is the perfect place to store anything you need quick and easy access to, so snacks, maybe a warm hat, a pair of gloves, a sun hat if you're running or walking in the summer. A really nice feature and quite a lot of room. It's quite cavernous really. Moving up to the top of the bag, we'll just take off this rock. You've got the option to use this with a hydration bladder, so there's a little bit of Velcro here to help retain the bladder in position, and this is a separate pocket to the main pocket of the bag, so it just slides into the back. It's got its own little sleeve dedicated just to the bladder, and then you've got retention points down both sides just to hold the hose pipe in place so it doesn't irritate you, flick you in the face, those kind of things while you're walking or running, depending on how fast you're going. Now we're on the front of the bag. We've got nice mesh strapping here just to help transfer heat away from the body so you don't get really hot, sweaty and uncomfortable. Obviously there's only so much that this can do, but it's much nicer than having a solid piece of fabric there, which is going to definitely make you a lot hotter and sweat a lot more. Coming down, we've got these zip pockets, which can be used for a few different things. The first option is you obviously store maybe gels or food in them, snacks for the day. If you're running a hydration bladder, there's no need to have water here, so you can put your gels, your snacks, things you just want access to. It's big enough to take a smartphone as well. However, if you're not a big fan of hydration bladders and you prefer bottles, you can either run two soft bottles here, so the ones that you'll be familiar with from a running vest, or you can run a hard bottle in here as well. So it's got enough stretch and elastication to fit a small hard plastic bottle. So a 500ml Nalgene bottle would fit in either side of these if you so wished. Coming down, we've got elasticated quick clip system for the chest strap, and we've got two of those just to give it a really nice stable feel when you're moving fast. First thing to acknowledge is that this is elastic, so it will move with you, which is really nice, especially if you sort of get a bit of a pump on while you're running and you're breathing quite deeply. This will stretch and give with you as you breathe, making it not uncomfortable for long periods of time. And it's also nice and quick and easy to get off and on. So if you want to get it off, you just grab this little bit and pull, unclips, and then to get it back on, you just align the two bits and click them together like so. Like I said, there's two of those to add some additional stability, and you can also move them up and down depending on how you want to wear the pack to make it as comfortable for you as you can. We'll show you a close-up of that just to demonstrate it for you, but there's two different places for each clip. Moving down, you'll see we've got sort of a slight wing to the bag. This comes round your hip, sort of meeting your hip bone. It's not a fully enclosed hip belt like you'd see on a trekking rucksack, so it's not coming around quite as far as that, but it does have a buckle closure on it there for you, just to help keep the bag in place, especially if you are going to be moving fast. The last thing you want is this bag flopping around, hitting you in the back as you're moving. And then another thing to just mention is the actual tightening system. You'll see it's like a wing system here, and as you pull this down, it's got a nice big loop. It adjusts really nicely. It makes it really easy to adjust, but also if you take it off to get a layer out, to get some extra food, maybe you've got to the summit or the end of wherever you're going and you're having a little break, but then when it comes to putting it back on, you haven't got to try and grab a very thin, straddly piece of cord. You've got a nice big loop to grab onto, and you can pull it nice and tight and get a really secure fit. In terms of the internal space, get this open, you've got nice two big zips on there. Just get rid of our plastic for demonstration. You've just got one big cavernous space, so there's no individual pockets on the inside. That is all handled by zips and pockets on the outside. This is just one big space to store all the things you might need when you're out on the trail. So who is this for? Like I mentioned at the start, this is perfect for anyone who's looking for a lightweight, minimalist day pack something that can carry a decent amount of stuff. 16 to 18 litres is pretty good for a day pack. Easily big enough to fit your food, your water, your waterproofs and a warm layer as well. But we don't want anything too heavy or cumbersome. Okay, and then to finish things up, I've grouped together the 25 litre and the 30 litre just because the features on both these packs are very, very similar, bar a few things. And really the main difference between the two is going to be that literage, and that will depend on what you're intending to carry. Going up into this literage, we're looking at a lightweight minimalist overnight bag. So something you could take for a maybe 1 or 2 night out on the moors or out wherever you're heading to. And carry all of the things you need to sustain yourself for that amount of time. Obviously, if you're packing some slightly more compact or lighter stuff, or maybe if you're intending only to go in the summertime, then a slightly smaller bag like the 25 might do you. But if you're intending to use it for all year round use, maybe in the winter as well, you might need to carry a few more layers. Or if your kit's not quite as small and compact, then the 30 litre might be a better option for you. So let's take a look at the features. Anything that we've mentioned on previous models we'll just move over nice and quickly, and we'll just highlight some of the new features or the fresher features for this pack. So we've still got our elasticated loops on the front for attaching Z-poles, that nice stow and go pocket on the outside of the pack, perfect for a layer that you're taking on and off constantly throughout your walk. We've got our side access pockets, perfect for hats, gloves, food, those kind of things you want quick and easy access to on the trail. In addition to this larger pack is we're now getting 2 bottle pockets, one on each side, which are perfect for tall and large bottles. Plenty of stretch in there to fit any bottle you might want to put in there. It's also big enough to maybe put in a ultralight tent. So if you want to keep your tent on the outside of the pack because you've not got quite enough room inside, you can do that. And we do have some retention points here to help keep things in check, making sure they're not flopping around all over the place. Moving around to the suspension system, we're seeing a very, very similar design to what we've seen on our previous packs. But because it's going to be carrying a little bit more weight and it's a slightly larger pack, we are seeing some additions. Still seeing our 2 pockets here that can be used for either food or water, depending on how you want to carry your water. And we're still seeing the retention points there for a bladder if you so wish. We'll come back to that in just a second. Still got elasticated quick clips, nice and easy to do up and take off and on. But what we are getting on our back system is 2 additional things. Firstly is this little point of adjustment here, which just helps pull that weight into your body and keep that weight as close to your centre of gravity as possible. And we're also seeing a fully adjustable back system. So because it's a larger pack, we can now adjust the back system to better fit us. There's a bit more range there to adjust it, and it's just going to give you a better fit and make that bag more comfortable overall. All you have to do that is unvelcro this back bit and then slide it up or down as you need it. Really simple to do, but once it's velcroed on, it's locked tight, it's not going anywhere, so you're not going to find it readjust itself out on the hill. Moving back down towards the base of the bag, and we'll just stick to going external here. We've got our hip belts. As you can see from, in comparison to some of the smaller bags we've looked at today, we've actually got a full hip belt, so a wrap around hip belt, which comes a lot further around. A hip belt that's probably something you've seen before, something more traditional to a trekking or hiking rucksack. Just to give you as much support and also give as much comfort as possible, because they are a little bit thicker, they're a bit wider, they're going to hug you a little bit better and help take some of that weight off your shoulders. Moving to the front of the bag, we'll go up to the lid, and we've also got a slightly different lid on this because it's a bigger pack, and rather than a zip closure, we've got this nice flip top closure. On that top bit, we have got a nice big pocket for storing anything we might want quick and easy access to when we get to camp. It's probably not reachable from while you're wearing it, but it'd be perfect for keeping things that you might want easy access to, maybe while you're out on the trail, but mostly when you get back to camp, things like your head torch and those kinds of things. Also a really good way of keeping things organised as well, so you know where things are if you need them in a hurry. That's attached by 2 little clips on the side of the bag and opens up to a draw cord opening on the top here with a compression strap there. You could potentially feed a tent through there if you so wished, but it helps just keep everything in place and stops it moving around on your back. On the top of the lid, we'll show you close-ups of these things because it's a bit hard to see on that camera. We have got another zip pocket which has a key clip in it, so it's perfect for keeping any valuables or essentials, things you don't want to lose, things that can stay in that pocket and you're not going to open that pocket until you get back to your car. So keys are a good example, wallet, possibly your phone, but the front pockets are definitely big enough for that, or you might want to carry it in your pocket instead. And then on the actual bag itself, we've got that little retention clip there, and then we've got a nice big draw cord, hoop here, Nice and easy to open, really quick, simple to open, and then for closing it, it's just that easy. A really nice system that Montane's come up with here. It feels really secure, it doesn't feel like it's going to come undone, but when you need to get into your pack, you're not fiddling, you're not faffing, and you can do it with gloves on, super easy. Hopefully I won't knock over that unit just there. Inside the bag, we'll just get rid of our demonstration packaging. We've got a really easy, simple space. Again, it's very similar to what we've seen from the other packs we've looked at today. It's a big cavernous space. It's not got multiple pockets or anything like that in it. It's just there to carry all your kit and carry it well and securely. What we do have in here is, this time, the bladder compartment has been moved to an internal pocket. So we've got that little bit of Velcro we've seen on the other packs to hold it in place. And then we've got a place for the tube to come up and out of the bag so it can come round to the front of the pack so you can access your water on the go. So that's the 30 litre one. So if you're looking for a nice large pack, that's your one to go for. In terms of fabrics, exactly the same as what we just looked at. 70 denier, 100% recycled fabric. So nice and durable, but also lightweight. And all the panels and things that we've spoken about are the same in terms of the strapping. So nice mesh paneling, bit of extra padding in the 30 and 25 just to give you a bit more comfort if you're carrying a bit more weight. And then over here, we've got the 25 litre option. And really, like I said, exactly the same as what we've just looked at here. The only thing that this has that this doesn't is we haven't got the corded retention points on the side where the bottles go. So you could probably still get away with putting a ultralight tent in there, but you haven't got the option to secure it the same as you do with the 30 litre. So just something to consider if that's going to be your main way of carrying your tent. If you like to slide your tent down the side of your pack, then this doesn't have the same retention points on it for you. Okay, so another small difference we see between the 30 litre and the 25 litre is the amount of padding in the hip belts. The amount of padding over the shoulders is very, very similar and gives you a little bit of additional comfort if you're carrying slightly heavier loads, which these packs probably will be because they're a slightly larger pack. But down the hip belts, we do see a noticeable difference. If we start with the 25, we see it's made up of two sections. We've got our outer and inner wing of the bag. The outer wing has your adjustment point and hoop on it, and then it has the pocket of the side on the side of the bag. Under it, we've got our actual hip belt, the part that has contact with you and wraps around your body. And this is very, very thin on this pack. Probably extremely breathable and very comfortable if you're working hard and creating a lot of body heat, but not quite so comfortable when you're carrying a heavy load. So if you're intending to use really load these packs up to their max, then maybe looking at the 30 is a better option for you. As you can see, we've got a similar construction. We've got that wing coming out over here, but underneath it we've got a far more padded hip belt. It's just going to give you a bit of additional comfort when you're using this and carrying heavier loads. So if you're looking for maybe a 1 night or 2 night pack, and you're going to be carrying a fair bit of extra weight in comparison to what you would be if you were just using this as maybe a day pack, or just wanting to carry sort of the lighter end of the kit, then going for something like this is going to give you a bit more comfort and security around your hip and help take some of that weight off your shoulders. Other than that, all very, very similar. It's really nice load carrying bag for sort of your lighter weights. You wouldn't want to go too crazy on here. We'll put the actual weight limit at the bottom of the screen here just so you know how much this bag can take, and then you can decide accordingly. But two really good bags if you're looking for a 1 to 2 night overnight ultralight pack. Again, very minimalist, nice and comfortable, and perfect for people looking for a slightly faster pace pack that's going to stay nice and tight to your body, nice and comfortable, and is going to allow it to breathe really nicely. Okay, and finally, one thing that is consistent across all the packs but we haven't mentioned yet, and the reason we haven't mentioned it is it isn't included with the pack, but there is the option to add it if you wish. On the front here you'll see multiple different tie-in points, and you can actually run a piece of elastic, a piece of bungee across the back here just in case you want to store anything on the outside of your bag. This is an addition, you buy it separately to the pack, and you can buy them from ourselves and Montane, and they come in a variety of different colours, so you can be make a bit of a customisable job of the pack and just help elevate the pack if you need some additional bungee or elasticated storage on the rear of the bag. So that was a quick look at the Trailblazer range here at Taunton Leisure. If you've got any questions at all, feel free to leave them down in the comment section below. And just like always, we really appreciate it if you liked and subscribed. We'll see you next time.